Hi, my name is Steve Lopez, and I'm the CEO of Texan Regional Center. And I'm going to be giving you a quick update on the new EB-5 reauthorization. If you're not familiar with EB-5, that is a special federal program that allows international investors to invest in projects in the United States that create 10 jobs, which allows the investor, their spouse, and any unmarried children under the age of 21 to get green cards and eventually U.S. citizenship. So the new reauthorization that was recently signed by the president extends the EB-5 program for an additional 5 years, but there are some important changes. There's basically 5 major changes that I'm going to be discussing today. The first is the investment amount. The minimum investment for projects that are within a targeted employment area is $800,000. If it's not within a targeted employment area, also called a TEA zone, it's $1,050,000. The other big change is that you can concurrently file your I526 application, which is the EB-5 application, with the I485, which is the application for a green card. That's a really big change because previously you had to wait for your I526 to be approved, which could be up to 2 years or longer. Now, if you're residing in the United States, you can file them concurrently. So this will be a major advantage for anyone who's on an H1B visa, an F1 visa, or an E2 visa. Now, this would only apply if the country where you were born is current. So a country like India will have a big advantage. Anybody who's on H1B, F1, or E2 who was born in India and is currently living and working in the United States or going to school in the United States, they will be able to apply for EB-5 and their green card at the same time for as long as India remains current. We do expect there will be a lot of people who are H1B and F1 visa holders who will be taking advantage of EB-5. Now, there is a 60-day freeze while the government or the USCIS prepares for these new changes. So right after that is when we will start see people filing I-526 applications as well as the I-485 applications. The other important change is they've changed the requirements for how job creation works. So 10 jobs have to be created per investor. And previously that was direct and indirect, but there was no requirement that a certain percentage had to be direct jobs or permanent jobs. In the new rules, at least 10% have to be direct jobs. So when you're looking at projects, you want to make sure that there are at least 10% direct jobs moving forward. They also codified the previous rules regarding TEA zones. So previously, some regional centers would hook up a lot of different voting precincts or census tracts and connect them together, kind of gerrymander them together. That's no longer allowed. You basically have to be in a legitimate TEA zone. You can only go over one census tract or one voting precinct, and that eliminates the majority of projects that were out there. So you want to be careful when you're looking at projects to make sure that they're actually in a TEA zone. Fortunately, at Texan Regional Center, we only built projects that were in actual TEA zones. We didn't gerrymander or play around with any of the rules, so we're very fortunate in that regard. Another important change regards protections for the EB-5 investor. So there will be much higher certification requirements in the future, much greater transparency, and those protections are much needed. And as we get more details on what those additional reporting requirements are, we'll pass those along to you. If you have any questions about EB-5 or any of our projects, we do have slots available in our independent living. We currently have 10 investors in that project. We have space for a maximum of 5 more. You can reach us at 832-882-3825. That's 832-882-3825. Or you can email me at slopez@Texan Regional Center. That's slopez@Texan Regional Center. Thank you and have a nice day.